Hi everyone. In this lesson, we're gonna learn all about triangles. So let's start with the first question. What is a triangle? Triangles are special polygons that always have three sides and angles. That is what the word triangle means. Three means three and the angles means angle. So we know that the definition is pretty easy, but what else to know about triangle? For starters, we're gonna learn how to classify triangles. There is two different ways to classify triangle. They can be classified by their sides and they can be classified or organized by their angles. Let's start by classifying triangles by their angles. We know that there is three types of angles. The first one is right angle, which is exactly 19 degrees. The second one is acute angle, which is less than 19 degrees. And the last one is obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 degrees. So, now watch what happens if we use a third line in each of these angles to form closed shapes. It will be something like that. For the last one, yes. These are triangles. And you can guess what these three different kinds of angles are called. Exactly. The one made from the right angle is called right triangle, and the one made from the acute angle is called acute triangle, and the last one is, which is made from the obtuse angle, is called obtuse triangle. That's simple enough. But it's good to notice that for each of our triangles, the new angles that were formed when we closed the shape are all acute angles. I'm talking about these angles. These are acute angles. So triangles always have at least two acute angles, and it's the other angle that determines what type it is. We can also classify triangles by their sides. If we pay close attention to length of each side of a triangle, we can see that there is three possibilities. First of all, if all sides of a triangle are exactly the same length, as you can see in that triangle, we call it an equilateral triangle. It sounds like the word equal, so it's easy to remember. And the second possibility, we have a triangle that has only two equal sides, and that's called an isosceles triangle. And for the final one, all the sides are different length, and this type of triangle is called a scalene triangle. For a quick summarize, equilateral triangle has three equal sides, isosceles triangle has two equal sides, and scalene triangle has no equal sides. Let's learn one more important thing about triangles. We learned that we can measure angles and say how big or how small they are using special units called degrees. Well, since triangles are always made up of three angles, has its own measurements in degrees. And the important thing is that those three angles measurements, if you combine them, they will always add up to 180 degrees. So the sum of angles of a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. For example, let's have a look at this triangle. This is a random triangle, and let's cut it up three separate angles. It's like that. and this one, and the last one. So let's rearrange them.
And the last one.
You can see that the total would be the same as a straight angle, that is 180 degrees. As you can see, this will work no matter what type of triangle it is. So, knowing that the triangle's angles will always add up to 180 degrees can really help you out when solving geometry problems. Let's have a look at some examples. In this example, we know that this is a right triangle, so we know this angle, and let's say this angle is 20 degree. Let's figure out what the third angle is. Let's say x. So we know that the total must be 180 degrees. So we can just add up the angles that we do know and then we subtract them from 180 degrees to see what is the leftover. Let's do the calculation. 90 plus 20 is equal to 110 degree. So 118 minus 110 is equal to 70. So 70 left over, and our third angle is 70 degree. So x is equal to 70. And if you want to check your answer by adding up all the angles to make sure you get 180. So let's quick check. 90 plus 20 plus 70 is equal to 180. So our answer is correct. Thanks for watching me.